Creo que sea lo último relacionado con...
Touhou Luna Nights is a fan-made Metroidvania where you stop time, throw knives, and question the physics of anything green. Are you fucking with me? Starring in this adventure is the perfect and elegant maid Sakia Izuyoi, whose time-manipulating abilities have been stripped away in order to make it more interesting. Or at least, that's what Remilia intended. So what if we decided to play by Remilia's rules? What if we tried to beat the game without stopping time? Turns out you can't. People have tried. The minimum time stop requirement appears to be 1, but that route involves skipping large sections of the game. This led me to ask, what if we skipped nothing? What if we filled out the item card and completed the map 100%? What then? Well, verbose intro aside, let's find out. So long as we're not intentionally skipping rooms, we should fill out 100% of the map by grabbing every collectible. Therefore, we'll mostly be tracking our progress on the item card. Here's how it works. Every stage except for the extra stage has a health upgrade, mana upgrade, knife upgrade, clock upgrade, as well as 3 bins to put cola cans into. Also spread throughout the game are jewel stacks, skill cards, keys, and abilities. The first thing on our list to grab is the time stopper clock. The whole challenge is to use it as sparingly as possible, but it's an item on our card, so we might as well grab it. Right across would be the first trash can, but Sakia just drops the cola can right in the middle of the room. Very elegant. We can easily grab this MP bottle over here, but other than that, we need the slide knife to progress. That leads us to our first real obstacle, pool of water. The intended solution is just to stop time, but that's not really a good time, so we'll just not. Instead, we can use knockback from these kappa thingies to propel us upwards. Back on the path, we can take a slight diversion to grab this waste. It's quite easy. But the same can't be said about the HP bottle, which is stuck towering above us. Once we get the slide knife, we can take the path to the right, leading to the red key, auto-aim, and third waste bin. Oh, and the shock knife card, let's not forget that. 8 items down, and now it's time to fight Mei Ling. We know all the bosses are possible without stopping time. People have done far more impressive things. So I'd just like to take this chance to remind you that I'm just a mere mortal. Fighting Mei Ling was a pain, and it ended up being very close. But in the end, I managed to pull through. It's time to enter the Scarlet Devil Mansion. After running face first into a Mandragora, it's time to gather some more items. All of the waste bins in this zone are easy. This one's not that consistent, but all you need is a little jump. The double jump ability is equally possible. Annoying, yes, but that's par for the course in this zone. And while we're here, we may as well grab the extra knives just so that we don't have to come back later. Finally, the chainsaw card is easy to grab, and it'll be an essential for bosses. Speaking of, we're just about to go in. The actual navigation of this zone is super easy, barely an inconvenience. The only parts of this zone that might cause issues are the upgrade bottles and the eternal clock, both of which are blocked by immense verticality. Other than those, the only thing we don't have in this zone is the yellow key, which is just the other side of everyone's favorite kleptomaniac. Editor Freefall here. I kind of forgot to write anything for this part of the video. So, if I may, I'd like to use this intermission to thank everyone who subscribed to the channel for doing that. Recently, this channel actually eclipsed my bud Salazar, who had a 5-year head start, which is absolutely hilarious to me. Even if he overtakes me again, the fact that this channel has grew that quickly is amazing, and it never would have happened without you guys. So, yeah, thanks for that. I don't know. Enjoy the rest of the song, I guess. Okay, there are 2 possible exits to this zone. We can go the intended route into the library, or we can try what's known as the teal door skip. Of course, we're trying to collect everything this run, so there's no real advantage to taking the shorter route. In fact, sequence breaking like this messes up the abilities, so it's for the best that we just don't. I'm not trying to cover for the fact that I couldn't do the teal skip, it's just a bad idea, that is all. In the library, or dungeon then, is where our real problems begin. At the start of the video, I said that this game is one where you stop time, throw knives, and question the physics of anything green. We've certainly thrown knives, and now it's time for the other 2. In order to get past this blade, this platform needs to be here. But this is a green platform, meaning that it only moves while time is stopped.
Yo sabía.
Because that makes sense. As far as I'm aware, there's no way to skip this platform. Trying to sequence break this room out of the equation is insanity. I've read that such a skip might exist, but where or how I haven't been able to track down. It was going to happen sooner or later. It might as well be now. Now that the counter started, this run is going to get a lot messier. While we're in the area, we might as well dunk the can. Getting up here requires using our newly acquired grip knives, meaning another stop in time. And of course, this bloody vending machine puts the waste bin across the room, requiring yet another time stop. On our way back, we should grab the eternal clock too, and that requires grip knives yet again. We also need to stop time for the first waste bin. That's 5 time stops so far, but luckily there are some easy items ahead. Both the HP upgrade and the 1000 dagger cards are easy picks, so much so that I actually ran through and grabbed them before I got the grip knives. Technically speaking, getting to Patchouli shouldn't be an issue either, considering that in the beta, no stopwatch was an actual speedrun category, because back then no rooms required the watch, which is absolutely insane if you ask me, and it honestly makes me question the validity of this run. Then again, this run sounds really weird in speedrunning terms. It's a 100% run, but with low percent rules. Probably best not to think about it too much. Anyways, I can't get past this room without stopping time once more, which sends this run's total to 6. I'm well aware that this run is imperfect, so starting now, I'll keep a theoretical counter as well. It'll pop up every time I think that something is possible, but not within my skills nor patience. For now, I'll assume that these jumps are all possible, and this pool of water too. That means while I've had to stop time 7 times, theoretically only really need to do it thrice. That sounds like a fair compromise to me. It went off again. I'm thinking too much. Let's go back to simpler things, yeah? This vending machine is simple enough. You know, this challenge would be so much nicer if all the vending
Aquí es cuando va a cambiar la cosa.
machines... Patchouli was the first boss to actually take multiple attempts, but she only took 2. The biggest thing to worry about are these green leaves that slowly fill up the arena, but a little care makes them no real threat. After Patchouli, we need another time stop to get to the green door. However, I decided against this, because if we went down the same area, it would save a time stop. How would we do that? Well, I went back to the blue door in stage 2, and after jumping blindly for a bit, I actually did the blue door skip. That's another key added to the item card, and if we can go backwards through stage 4, then we'll save a stop. Finally, something good. Of course, if we plan on going through stage 4 backwards, we have another boss to fight.
Inmediatamente casi.
Once I remembered that you're granted iframes while attacking, Remilio is no problem. 1000 daggers is a lifesaver of a card. The waste bin on the other side requires yet another time stop, bringing our total to 8. Beyond that, neither the shield dagger nor the MP upgrade require any trickery, but we run into a huge problem soon after. We don't have the screw dagger. Earlier, when I was making excuses on why we shouldn't do exactly this, I said that the ability ordering gets messed up by these major skips. Here's what I know. Internally, whatever stores Sakia's abilities is some sort of counter. If you get an ability after the grip knife, it will always be the screw knife, because nothing else is available in normal play. So in order to fix our predicament, we just need to get any ability. Of course, there's only one other ability left uncollected, and for that, we need to do a little bit of work. Going back to stage 5, we're immediately greeted by the run killing room. If it weren't for this room, speedrunners probably would have kept the NSW category. There's no doubt about it, this room requires a time stop. We can float right over this pool of water. It's a lot easier than the one in the library, and it's a slow grind to the next checkpoint, but right beside it is the lost sword, so that's a nice plus. Just across the hall are the knife and HP upgrades of the zone, and just above is another vending machine. This one actually requires usage of the grip knife, so that adds another to the count. Now we need the purple key, so it's time to go back. While we're in the area, we can add 1 to the counter for this vending machine. Good thing there's a save point here too, because this was a royal pain in the rear. Here's the plan. Kill both minigunners upon entering the room. Don't take the shortcut in the middle, instead take the lower pathway, killing the stone faces as needed. We need to fully explore the room, hence the longer route. In the second room, you can drop through the electricity here and complete the rest of the room normally. The key room can also be completed normally. Now, it's time to go back. Farm Greys off of these 2 spirits here. They're shy, but the extra health is important. The lost sword can be used to easily dispatch the spirits, leaving the path clear. Make sure to pass by this area, otherwise the room won't be fully explored. We can go back the way we came by jumping into the electricity and throwing a chainsaw the second we land. It'll cancel the damage animation, allowing us to use our iframes to jump back through again. Back in the first room, make sure to kill the minigunner, else they'll push you right back into the other room. Now we can take the shortcut if we have the health to spare. Jump back to the checkpoint and save. We certainly wouldn't want to do that again. Beyond the purple door, we can grab our first gem tower. In this big room, we can grab another eternal clock, but it requires a time stop. I don't think it's possible to actually retain enough height to hover all the way over here, so the theoretical counter goes
Demasiado
up 2.
lejos. Y
We also
demasiado
need to
alto.
stop time for this zone's last way spin. Theoretically speaking, if you had enough time refills, you could totally only use one time stop for both these rooms, by grabbing a cola, freezing time, grabbing the clock, and then returning to the way spin. That said, it would be quite tedious, so I won't try it. Just to the left is both the MP upgrade and the Ruby Jewel Tower. Both of these are freebies, and for once we've actually completed a zone. There's only one thing left to do here, and it's going to be a pain.
Diez minutos más o menos.
First try! My heart rate. Oh, wow.
Los
Well,
juegos
we're done here. It's time to go get that screw knife. Grabbing the HP upgrade and the knives on the way, go up to the chaos space. At the bridge, we have to stop time once again in order to get enough height. While we're here, let's grab the sapphire pylon. After another tedious trek, we're at our destination. Did you know that Cyrno's boss room populates itself with enemies after you defeat her? Now that we've got the 9-ball key, we can go and grab ourselves the dash spike. And by dash spike, I of course mean screw knife. Now, we can finally go back and do stage 4. The first thing we're going to do in stage 4 is unlock the screw knife. And by screw knife, I of course mean dash spike. We need to use the grip knives in order to get up here, but once at the top, don't resume time yet. Instead, go across the entire bridge, all the way until the last platform. The nearby enemies will give us enough praise to do this. Grab the upgrade and then come back out. Don't drop down yet, instead parkour and hover across the next gaps until you get to this bridge. Now drop down and be sure to collect the upgrade during the fall. To get through this zone, you need to damage boost through the blaze. Good thing there's a vending machine nearby. This room actually houses 2 waste bins. The second one is hidden behind a destructible wall here, and while it looks far, a little sprint jump will
No me di cuenta de eso.
get us there no problem. In the next room, there are 2 hidden mini rooms. The order you do them in isn't all that important. To get to the knives, first get on the other side of the green saw blade by damage boosting through, or failing that, just climb up the tower. Then, stop time. Grip knife up towards the entrance, then climb on the green gear while it's moving. I bought a time stock, but it isn't needed whatsoever for this. Moving down towards the clock, the goal is to get in and out as quickly as possible so that all the jellyfish just stay in the center. While spamming buttons, I've wasted my time stock here, so I guess that works? Whatever, all that's left to do is make it back to the library. Finally, we can grab the mana upgrade. All that work to save 1 time stop. Hey, Editor Freefall here again. I done goofed. The original script read, except that it didn't, considering that we'll have to stop time again when we go back to the Chaos Zone.
Ya,
Oh well.
es que no llegó a Webzone, que está muy lejos.
But it literally just occurred to me that had I stayed in and completed the extra stage, the time stop would have been saved. And I did the run a month ago. So the theoretical counter won't go up when that happens. Oh, yeah, I have to go remake those assets now. Yeah, let's go back to past me, how about it, yeah? While we're back in the library, we can finish getting all the items, i.e. the knives behind this crate and the gems behind this door. And since we're so near, we can also finish the Manson halls. Both the clock and the meter upgrades require 1 time stop, but since we got both meter upgrades at the same time, we effectively saved a stop. That's stage 2 clear. There's only 2 things left in stage 1. Firstly, there's a topaz tower hidden just behind the crate. Secondly, there's the first vending machine. It seemed an impossible distance earlier in the run, but now that we've got the dash spike, it's easy to cover it. There's only 3 unfilled spots on the item card, and then we are done. It takes one time stop to get back to where we were. Getting the last skill card takes nothing to do, but to progress any further, we need to hit these purple switches while time is stopped. They can't be chained together, so each one adds 1 to the counter. The next gem pylon doesn't require anything special, but the final pylon, the last item on the card, the last collectible, you can't get back without stopping time. Alright, that's the item card, but we're not done yet. Going through the next rooms is incredibly tedious, but it must be done. Finally, we're at the last checkpoint. There's only one thing left to do now. Defeat Reimu. Reimu's first phase can be easily passed by abusing 1,000 daggers. Her second phase isn't as simple though. Throughout the fight, she'll spawn these green yin-yang orbs, which slowly accumulate and block movement. I bought 3 health stocks for this fight, but what you will have to do entirely depends on your own skill. But after a few attempts, Reimu is defeated. Finally, the total number of time stops required to 100% Touhou Luna Nights is 24. Or that's the number it took me. It could probably be less. My stage 3 movement could certainly be cleaned up, and I'm sure there's some sort of routing out there that'll cut the number down some more. But that's a job for someone else. Personally, I'm happy enough with my score. Thank you for watching the video. I tried something different this time and hopefully it was entertaining. If you enjoyed the video, please do all the YouTube-y things such as liking, commenting, subscribing, ringing the bell, and questioning the physics of anything green. And in return, I will do that YouTuber-ish thing and not upload for another eternity. See ya!
A ver, ya te dejo.
If I may,